inside a new and they want it
ranked 7th.
What's going on, herd? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in to another video. Third episode of me reviewing my fan base's created drift content. Alright, so I don't even know how the hell to pronounce this one, but Nani Bikohus? Nani! That's what we call it by King Darkskin 420. That's a good one. I like it. Alright, so we're going to turn that off, sports on. Rapid. The Rapid GT. Really recommended for this track. Nani Bikohus. Alright, so let's get a good little stance up on this thing. Let's get to it. Nani Bikohus. I was going to say, does the track go behind this thing? That's interesting. Where am I starting at? Over here? Okay, gotcha. Well, this is pretty interesting. This is kind of cool. Using the gas station here as a little prop. All right, how the hell do I get down there? That's what I need to know. There we go. I see it now. I see it now. I'm guessing we go this way, so this is the way we're going to go. I do not like that wrong way signal. That kind of sucks. Alright, so as you're noticing, the ground was obviously laid first. The prop was laid first, and therefore there's been so many props laid that there's not going to be any tire smoke. Well, no tire smoke nor any tire, burnouts, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the biggest issue that I have. We got a jump drift. It's a cool track aside from that. I like it. The wrong way thing kind of sucks. There should be a checkpoint facing the other direction possibly, but maybe not. Maybe he's the creator. Whole thing maybe is you're facing the other way more often, so maybe that's why he didn't do it that way, which makes complete sense. I won't complain about that. Definitely going to complain about the prop, though. The prop kind of sucks on the ground just because you can't see the tire smoke nor the burnout. So I got a pretty decent feel on this one. It's a short little track. It's not very large by any means, so, I mean, pretty close on it. The biggest thing that I have to complain on is obviously the ground, the props. I'm not sure if people understand how the prop is, how it's laid to actually get the burnout, but it needs to be deleted and relayed if it does this, where it's not going to show you the burnout itself. And it's a lot tougher to drift on something where you can't see the burnout. I don't know why that is, but not a bad track all in all, though. Pretty minimalistic, pretty basic all in all. Still pretty cool, though. Definitely the prop itself, the bottom prop, the asphalt. If you just delete them and relay them, they should show up. Now, here's the issue. Like I said in a previous episode already, if you do relay it and it won't relay because it says there's too many other props in the way, you have to lay independent pieces, like numerous other props, to make the one prop, which kind of sucks. It eats up some of your props. But it is worth it in the end when you can actually see the burnout itself. So yeah, what is this one going to get for a grade? I think it's right in that area of probably 6.5 out of 10. If you could change the prop up, I think it would probably get closer to a 7.5 out of 10. It's pretty basic, like I said, and some of these bushes and stuff, they weren't actually laid properly. So they're kind of like floating in midair, which that's one thing. It's not that big of a deal, but it just shows a lot more time and effort put in when you do place them properly. Set them down into the prop and, do it right. We do have the bleacher system over here, so it's a nice little thing to see. We got a little jump drift, so some people like those jump drifts. You got a little track action on that. I'm going to try to get a decent jump drift, maybe get a little bit of a wall ride if I can. And we smash it into the wall. I'm going to do a 6.5 out of 10 on this one. We're not going to waste any more time. Let's get on to the next one. The Oceanic Drift Circuit by Just a Skyline. Another one by Just a Skyline. We did actually see one from him in the last episode. It was one of the highest scoring ones, tied for the highest scoring track. Very interesting, very unique, so I am definitely intrigued to see what we got here. So track number 2 here. Let's see what we got. We got a clipping going over. This is interesting already. Oh, messed that one up. Very, very weird track here. Kind of just leaving it open for... Oh, I went backwards on that one. Kind of just leaving it open for you again to kind of choose the line you want to take. I like this setup. It's another unique one. It's very similar to how he built the first one. I do like the first one a bit better. I think it leaves a little bit more for option. It kind of just leaves more of a drift course instead of... This is more of a track with open opportunities. Oh, but I still like this too. This is unique. Like I said, Skyline makes some pretty unique courses. He doesn't take... you know, the style of other people. He just literally has kind of created his own track and went from there. Now he is using this more slippery and slidey bottom here, the plank style, but it is a... I don't know how to explain this one. It looks like it's a big parking lot, the prop that you lay, but it sounds like a plank when you're on it. Yeah, pretty crazy track. Definitely a pretty crazy track. I'm not exactly sure if there's one right way or wrong way to do this one. It leaves a lot of open-ended opportunities, but that's part of a cool track. And in all honesty, it's part of that unique aspect that is offered here. Messed that one up. Kind of a little bit wonky back there, a little bit on the line, if that's supposed to be the way you take it, but it may not be the way you're supposed to take it. It may have went backwards there. As I said, kind of a confusing track, if you may ask me, a little bit. Not really open for like a certain line, I don't think, but maybe it kind of appears like there is a certain line on some of them, or maybe it's just kind of oddly laid a little bit. Either way, pretty cool track. I think we've ran through it a couple times now. I would probably give this thing a good 8 out of 10 in all reality. It's almost set up as if we should have a track, but like it be in a track motion, but I don't see any designation on how I should take it as a track. Am I supposed to go this way? Obviously this kind of forces you into this way, so we took that earlier. Come around here. And then through here, but then through here is kind of a weird little spot because you come through this and you gotta avoid that rock. So I almost think like that's not the way you're supposed to go. I feel like you're maybe supposed to go the other way here. I don't know, we're not gonna waste too much time on it. 8 out of 10 here is definitely what I'm gonna give this track, because if you go around here, then it leads you into here. I don't know, either way, you can have definitely an open opportunity on what you want to take for a line. As I said, I like the first one better that he created, but this does have a similar style. I don't know the word for it even. Don't really have any suggestions on how it could be changed either. It's such a unique style. It's obviously created how he wants it to be created. Again, that may be exactly how it's supposed to be created, so I don't really have any suggestions on how it could be changed up. I think it's still a good track. I will definitely give it an 8 out of 10. Old Drift Road. Now this one was pretty interesting to me, not only just because the thumbnail, but it said for drift, not race. Do not join to race. I thought that was pretty funny. This is another B2P production here. So we're going to see how this thing goes. Okay, so this is going to be the road itself. He did cover up a dirt road. So this is interesting. Interesting. Let's see how we did on this. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, that's interesting. Definitely interesting. Let's take it backwards. Not as good backwards. Definitely don't take it backwards. It's much better the other way. Much better the other way around. Let's go for it one more time so I can get a little bit better taste of this thing. Oh, a little spin out there. It's a little bumpy. Obviously, I know exactly how hard it is to make these tracks, so I'm not complaining on the bumpiness. Don't get me wrong on that. Just making excuses on why I spun out, you know. You know how black sheep do. Yeah, so this is pretty interesting. This kind of reminds me of, like, my downhill drift. I forget what it's even called. Flooded downhill, that's what it's called. Flooded downhill. That's kind of what this reminds me of. Take it one more time before I get a good little judgment on this. Oh my God, Sultan. Alright, well, I get a decent little taste of it. I mean, this is unique. I know how hard it is to make this, so I know some of you are probably saying, oh, this doesn't look very cool. It looks pretty unlevel, and there's bumps all over it. This is tough to make these things. Going elevated with a turn, that's very tough to do. Making this up and down stuff, very tough to do. So I am going to give credit where credit is due. However, this is a pretty dang short little track. There's a lot of room for improvement on something like this. But I can't cut it short because this is good, and a lot of people are asking or even attempting to do some of this elevation change stuff, and it's not easy. It is not easy. If you've ever made tracks, you know it's not easy. So probably normally, if this was in this quality, I'd be giving it probably something around the 5 out of 10. But because this is an elevation change track, and this is very unique, not many creators have put the time into doing this. You probably would be shocked at how much time got spent building this, in all honesty. Due to that, I will give it a 6.5 out of 10. I do feel like there's definitely some room for improvement on this. As you've seen, I made an elevation change track in the past, and it was, you know, I don't want to say substantially better, but it was definitely of quality of the next level. We put in the sides, we put in the lights, we put in even the yellow stripes in the middle of the road. So, yeah, 6.5 out of 10 is pretty good for this one. And yet another decent creation from B2B Production. Or B2B Prod. Maybe that's not even production. Who really knows? Alright, so a couple of the jobs in the list were actually my jobs that I must have somehow bookmarked from my other account, which I'm not going to review those. There's no reason for that to review Yoku Takamura stuff. So we're just going to obviously assume that you've seen those in the past. If you haven't seen them in the past, they are already on the channel, down in the downloadable playlist. So you can just go through there and look through all of the downloadable tracks that I have, and there should be a link in the description for all of that. The Hoon Bakery. Now this looks like, well, you know what it looks like, don't you? You know what it looks like. It's supposed to be the Hoonigans Donut Garage, right? The Garage. So I'm actually pretty excited to see what this thing has to offer. Let's see how well this thing's put together, shall we? Alright, let's check this thing out. This is probably one of my most anticipated ones. I seen this when I downloaded it, and it's actually the last of the jobs, of the first 500 jobs. So, let's see exactly what this thing has to offer. It does look pretty small. But yet again, this Hoonigan's Garage is pretty small too, I must say that. Uh-oh, we're in the garage. Should have put a couple of those totaled out cars in there too. I like how he put that little block there. That's pretty cool. The dumpster. Oh, he's gonna. Oh, shit. I was gonna say he's gonna let us come over here too. We got a little bit of a. little bit of a parking lot to drift out. I didn't catch the creator on this one, so I'm going to have to go back and definitely shout out that creator. And we're off. So this is where it's going to end up this episode, guys. I got to go download some more tracks. I'm trying to make it through all 1,277 published jobs at the time of this. So I'm going back in time. We're going to just really look at the thumbnails, and we'll see how many more we have. This is 1 through 500, so the 500 most recent creations. Again, guys, if you want to check out these jobs, I have showed you where they're at. And there you have it, guys. With that stated, we're lagging around a little bit, but that's all good. Now, with that stated, guys, we are lagging around a little bit, but hey, whatever. That's how we do. That's how we do. Either way, guys, you know, I appreciate you all tuning in, liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing the videos. If you're sharing the videos, if you're not sharing the videos, please begin to do so. That is going to help this channel a lot. And just one-man show here. Oh, we got it. With that said, guys, as always, I hope you all stay happy, stay positive, and we will definitely speak to you next time.